For almost 2 decades, Scott Peterson has been known the world over as a convicted killer. The Modesto man found guilty of taking the lives of his pregnant wife Lacey and unborn son Connor. As we've been reporting this week, Peterson is on the verge of possibly no longer being a convicted murderer, with a hearing that could grant him a new trial set now for February 25th. Earlier this week, there were motions heard in advance of that hearing. One of his former attorneys, Laura Uretzian, is now seeing what she's hoped for all along. Peterson with a new chance at proving his innocence. Welcome back to Fox 40 News at 11.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely. So this hearing coming up on the 25th will feature juror number 7, Rochelle Nice, from his first trial. She's been granted immunity to testify. This is the woman who's suspected of lying on her juror questionnaire about a subject that could have maybe biased her against Scott. Doesn't seem like prosecutors would have granted her immunity if they thought she would trigger really a new trial for him.
It looks like one of the key questions that the defense was waiting on was whether the prosecution was going to grant her immunity. It's in everybody's interest for her to actually testify because everybody wants to know the truth. Was she biased or was she neutral as she should have been? But clearly she had an issue. There was a declaration that she submitted for these proceedings, and after having submitted the declaration, she got a new attorney, and the information came out that she was going to take the fifth. And at that point, the prosecution recently, just a couple of days ago, finally informed everybody, the court and the parties, the defense, that they are going to be giving her use immunity. They may know what she is worried about or what she lied about, or they may not, but the declaration was pretty limited. It was limited to whether she was a biased juror and whether the information that she had kept from the court was something that would have impacted her. It was very much specifically addressing those issues, the issues that are going to be heard by the court.
Rochelle had 2 incidents of being victimized while she was pregnant during 2 different pregnancies. If she was asked about being a victim on the questionnaire, maybe not how she sees herself, so she didn't respond that way. Is that line of thinking to be believed? Does she deserve immunity for that?
You know, that's a question for the prosecution to decide, but it's important for the defense and for Scott Peterson for us to know why she answered the way she did. It's hard to believe that someone would not know that they are a victim, but anything is possible in this world. But she was not only a victim of one crime, but she was a victim of 2 crimes. One involved the ex-girlfriend of her ex-boyfriend, and the other one involved her ex-boyfriend actually committing and eventually being convicted of domestic violence against her. And for the first incident, she was actually pregnant. So, you know, you could say that she didn't believe she was a victim, but it's a little, you know, tough to buy that story.
I could see how someone could make that argument. Now, when you were on Peterson's legal team, you stressed that there was a lack of forensic evidence tying him to Lacey and Connor's death. There's also a theory about a burglary having been in their neighborhood that I now believe his current defense attorneys say they can prove happened the same day as Lacey's disappearance. There had been some question about that a few days one way or the other. How big of a game changer could that be?
I think that's huge. If you think about it, for the first trial, the prosecution's position was that the burglary happened 2 days after, on the 26th. Well, on the 26th, there was plenty of media on the street. They had pretty much taken over the neighborhood, and the idea that a burglary had happened at that time is just not believable. At this time, my understanding is there's plenty of proof that the burglary did happen on the day Lacey Peterson disappeared. And knowing the kind of personality she had, if she'd seen anything, she may have confronted these people. And the rest is pretty obvious what would have happened. And I think a jury hearing that and knowing that the burglary happened on the same day, the same morning, would be huge. And it would be enough, hopefully, to together with other evidence and lack of forensic evidence connecting Scott Peterson to this disappearance and murder, that he would be acquitted at the end.
Scott at one time was sentenced to death and was living on death row at San Quentin. His death sentence has now been reversed. The governor has now decided that San Quentin's death row should be dismantled if Scott is granted a new trial. Do you see him being able to win release between the time of that decision and when the second jury to judge him renders its verdict?
It's hard to tell. I don't know what the judge is going to be doing. It would be wonderful for him to be released. We truly believe in his innocence, and he should be given that chance. But again, that's going to be up to the judge.
All righty. Thank you so much for your insight this morning, and all eyes on February 25th. Thank you.
Thank you.